Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my second video in my Sephora VIB sale recommendations. My first video was an absolute monstrosity. I will link it. It was all of basically my makeup picks and it was so long. It took me literal days to edit. And I was like, there's no way I can do my makeup and skincare, hair care in the same video. But I did just want to do a much more brief video for like skincare, hair care, and just random other things that I would recommend for the Sephora VIB sale, because I just have been a bit in a buying mood. So I thought I would just recommend all of the things that I personally love in case you are, trying. I know a lot of people have said that they are planning on just picking up like skincare items or like hair care items during the sale. So if you guys are just looking for some recommendations on some of my favorite skincare, hair care, fragrance items, I always lose my train of thought halfway through my sentence. If you guys are looking for a few more recommendations, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love if you would consider subscribing before moving on. I'm going to try and keep this one brief, but other than that, let's just jump into the video. Trying to be a little bit more easy on my hair rather than doing like the tightest half pony or the tightest pony, but I always like hate when my hair is low. I feel like maybe it's probably not working for me. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible. I will also link some holiday sets that I would recommend down below, as well as some of my other favorites that I have just mentioned on my channel all of the time. Tatcha Deep Cleanse, Kale, Youth to the People Kale Cleanser, like things like that I know I've mentioned over and over again on my channel. I'll just leave it linked below. If you guys have any questions, leave me a comment and I'm going to do my absolute best to really keep up with my comments the next couple of days or week through the sale in case you guys do have any questions on recommendations or anything like that. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. But here are a few things that I recommend, starting with sunscreen. So I feel like I don't talk about sunscreen a ton on my channel, but I definitely have gotten more into it this year. And I would say my favorite sunscreen brand that I found is definitely a Supergoop. And I have two recommendations. So if you are more of a dry skin gal or you like a little bit more of a glowy base, I would recommend the Glow Screen from Supergoop. I think this is absolutely beautiful. Side note, you guys, I'm not going to be doing cutaway clips for this. I just don't have time to get those filmed and in. But this is absolutely beautiful. I will just swatch this for you really quick because I can't help myself. I wasn't expecting to love this as much as I did. And this isn't a completely white base. So if you struggle with like sunscreens that just have a white base or leave a white cast, this doesn't leave a white cast. I mean, I'm like the whitest person ever, so it's not necessarily a good judge of whether or not it'll leave a white cast on you, but it is more of like a nude or a champagne tone, and then as you can tell, it blends away just to this like gorgeous glowy goodness, and I absolutely love it. But I was really surprised to find that I loved this as well. This is the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. This is like a smoothing priming sunscreen in a bottle. It literally feels like a smoothing primer. It is so nice. I never have issues with this pilling on me. So if you are someone who has larger pores that you want to fill, or if you just want to put your sunscreen on and you're not like a primer type of a gal, but you like something that's going to give you a little bit of a smoothing effect, I would definitely recommend this one. I believe the full size of both of these are $36 regular price, and sunscreen is just so important to your skincare routine. So those are my recommendations for sun care. And then if you like to just self-tan all year round, I just feel like I can't give up the self-tan now, because as soon as I scrubbed it off, I was like, oh my gosh, where's my self-tan? I need it back. But you also struggle to kind of like match your foundation then to your body, which I still do all of the time. And then I'll scrub my self-tan off, and somehow my face then is darker than I can't ever match myself with my foundation. But this definitely comes in handy, and this definitely helps. This is the Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. I use these a lot with my tinted moisturizers when I'm going for lighter coverage. I don't necessarily use this to mix in with more full coverage foundations or thicker foundations, but this pairs really nicely with a tinted moisturizer if you're just trying to match yourself a little bit more. I really like these. I'll leave a bunch of my favorite moisturizers linked down below. For example, the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream and others that I think are great. I am a dry skinned gal, so I like something that's super moisturizing. So most of my recommendations are going to be very moisturizing. But one that I don't think I've really talked much about on my channel is this one from Primera. This is the Alpine Berry Water Cream. This was sent to me a while ago, but before it was sent to me, I had tried a sample and was intending to pick up a full size because I was so impressed with this. I've had this for quite some time and I am not even halfway through the jar. I believe the full size of this retails for $40, and this is so moisturizing on the skin, but sometimes with really moisturizing moisturizers, I feel like they can feel really heavy on the skin. Sometimes you get like that itchy sensation. This is still really lightweight while making my skin feel like the most hydrated. So I've been really impressed with this. This is the only product I've tried from the brand, but I know they have a toner as well as a lip mask I'm also really interested in. So if you guys have tried anything from Primera and recommend, please leave some recommendations in the comments for me down below. But their water cream is amazing. Highly recommend that. And again, if you're looking for other moisturizing recommendations, they'll be linked for you down below. Those links will be through Magic Links, which is affiliate links. So I would make a small commission if you do purchase through those links. So never any pressure. You can always just go to the Sephora website and purchase on your own as well. You guys know I have a lot of favorite cleansers, but one that I have not recently been trying, I've had this for quite some time, but I don't think I've really talked about it on my channel, is the Tatcha the Rice Wash. If you're a Tatcha loving gal, or if you're interested in trying Tatcha, I really like the Tatcha Deep Cleanse for the morning time, and I like the Rice Wash for the evening time. I feel like the Rice Wash just gives a little bit more of a cleanse, or goes a little bit deeper into my skin, even though like the Deep Cleanse is the Deep Cleanse. I really love both of them. Both of them are going to be staple cleansers in my collection, but if you're looking for a cleanser that's really going to get all of your makeup off, I definitely do recommend the Rice Wash. I've been really impressed with this one from Tatcha. I have one oil to recommend. This one is from Youth to the People. I just think Youth to the People in general as a brand has amazing products, and I definitely recommend anything from them. I've tried just about everything from their line, and I think everything is really good, but I especially like their Super Berry Hydra Glow Oil. This is really nice on days that I've heard a lot of people refer to this as a dry oil, and I kind of disagree. I do feel like this one takes a little while to sink into my skin, so I do reach for this on days that I either am not gonna be putting makeup on right away, or I know I won't be putting makeup on at all. But this gives just the most hydrated, healthy glow to the skin when I use this. I always feel like my skin feels softer for days after I use this. This isn't an everyday product for me, but I think it's really nice for those days that I am not going to be wearing makeup, or I'm going to put makeup on maybe like an hour later and I'm just looking for some extra hydration and a little bit of a glow. I really love this one from Youth to the People. I've had this in my collection for over a year now, I think. Close to a year maybe. I'm sure it's probably past expiration. I don't see the expiration. I don't see the shelf life thing on this, but I still have quite a decent amount of this left for having this for so long. I feel like sometimes I just fly through my skincare. So if you're looking for something not necessarily for every day, but something that's going to make your skin have a healthy glow and just feel a lot more moisturized after using, definitely recommend this one from Youth to the People. For eye creams, I feel like I have a lot of eye creams that I've tried and really liked, and it's funny because I used to not be a believer in eye creams at all. I definitely recommend this one from Saturday Skin. I just think that this one's a really good value. You're getting 1 fluid ounce with this, and normally an eye cream you're getting half an ounce, and I believe this is like $46, which is like the price of a lot of eye creams that you're only getting the half ounce. This I love in the morning. This is their, I think their Wide Awake is what they call this. Yes, this is their Wide Awake eye cream, and it definitely has like the slightest cooling sensation that I feel like it just does a really nice job of depuffing my eyes. I love that I squeeze it out onto my finger rather than like dipping my finger into a potted jar, and I have been a big fan of this one. And then recently, Fresh sent over this combo for me to test out, and I have been obsessed with this. Oh, another one I definitely recommend is the First Aid Beauty Eye Cream. Again, I'll leave it linked below. So good if you were looking to like, I just like make your eyes look more youthful. But I've noticed since using this combo, I feel like my eyes just look a little bit less creasy underneath them and a little bit more youthful. So this is the Black Tea Firming Eye Serum as well as the Black Tea Age Delay Eye Concentrate, and I use these in conjunction with one another. You can use these day and night, but I like to just use these at night, and then I usually use my Wide Awake in the morning time. So I go in with my Firming Eye Serum first, and then I put the eye concentrate over top. I don't have any issues with this taking a while to sink into my skin or anything. I usually can go in with makeup just a few minutes after, and I've been a big fan of this combo. Unfortunately, it's really expensive, but I feel like I will definitely need to purchase this again when I finish. It's funny, I just saw my mom and she was like, what can I do to help with my eye bags? So I'm sick of being on these Zoom calls and being so distracted by my eye bags that I feel like I can't focus on what the actual Zoom call is about. And I was like, ooh, it's gonna have to be this combo from Fresh. I forgot about cleansing balms, you guys. I feel like there's not necessarily a cleansing balm I haven't liked. I'm a huge fan of the pharmacy one. I recently used that up and I'm considering purchasing that one again during the sale. Also a big fan of the Glow Recipe Papaya. This feels super both of them feel very, very hydrating on the skin while still doing a really nice job of breaking the makeup up. It really just depends on which brand you prefer for which one I would recommend. I honestly would recommend either, just about the same. I think the pharmacy is a little bit better of a deal. I think they're both really nice, so I honestly like could not decide between one or the other, and I was thinking I would like switch off between the two of them because I'm really weird about cleansing balms where I'll use one and really like it, purchase a backup, and then when I'm going through the backup I feel like I'm like, oh, I don't like this anymore. So I thought maybe if I switched off between the two I would never get sick of one or the other. I've also been recently testing out the Tatcha cleansing oil, which is like the most bougie thing ever and not worth the price, but I still really like it and could see myself purchasing it in the future. I have two masks to recommend. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this one on my channel before. This one is from Summer Fridays. It's their jet lag mask. I love this, especially this time of year, because it's just super hydrating. I usually just use this once a year. I usually just use this once a week at night, and I just use it as like an overnight mask. Hoping that we'll be able to travel again because my husband and I are already planning for Vegas 2020. If you guys are not new to my channel, you know I have a thing with Vegas. It's like Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. I wish I lived in Las Vegas because I love to gamble. I don't really love to drink that much, but I love to gamble and I love to be by a pool. So when I can travel again, when we go to Vegas, hopefully in 2021. If I said 2020, I meant 2021. I'm bringing this on the plane, because it'd be amazing. I get why they call it the jet lag mask, because you can just plop that on for your airplane ride, and then I feel like the moisture wouldn't be completely sucked out of your face by the time you landed in Las Vegas. And then just keep up with that because Las Vegas is so dry that your skin just gets dried out. Suddenly this has turned into like a PSA that everyone needs to book a trip to Las Vegas. My second mask, I do feel like a lot of people have been recommending this one lately, and I also love it. This is the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow AHA Resurfacing Night Serum. This is another one I only use once a week just because I have a very specific and strict masking and skincare routine for each night, but I do use this once a week and I do notice a difference with this one. This one tingles just ever so slightly for me, but it's not anything super intense like some AHA serums can be. So if you notice that you have issues, or if you have issues with sensitive skin, this might be a great one to check out just because it is a lot less intense than like the Drunk Elephant Night Serum, which just always broke me out and never worked for me. And this one is also less intense than the Ordinary AHA, like the Vampire Mask, which I freaking love and highly recommend. That's another one I only use once a week, and it's definitely more intense than this. What I'm trying to get at is this is a really good mask and one that I definitely recommend. I've definitely gotten a lot more picky about my masks, I feel like, in the last year, and I just don't want like this abundant skincare collection with just a million different masks. So when I love a mask, I really love it, and that's one I really love. Okay, you guys know for lips that I definitely couldn't choose just one or two, so I have 4 lip items to recommend. First, I'm just gonna say the Fresh lip balms. I mean, they're just so good. I fly through them. I go through one in like 3 weeks, which is ridiculous. They're very expensive, so it's a great time to buy if you like that lip balm. Also, the Kopari Lip Glossy is a favorite of mine. This one, for this time of year, or not for this time of the year, for the year of 2020 with the masks, this one hasn't been my most used just because it's a glossy lip and it's nourishing. I find it to be nourishing to the lips, but it looks like a lip gloss that also just like makes your lips feel hydrated. With the mask, it hasn't been, they're not the best pairing, but for days that I'm not wearing a mask and I'm just staying home, I absolutely love this. That's been a favorite for years. This one I found this year and I am obsessed. This is the Fresh Rose Petal Soft Lip Cream. This is, I love to use this as a daytime balm. So you could use this definitely in the evening time as like a lip mask treatment, like an overnight treatment, but it has the slightest pink tint to it. This is my second jar of this and I just love the hint of a tint it gives to the lips. So freaking nourishing to the lips. If you don't mind a potted jar, I would probably recommend just picking this up for the $24 and skipping the fresh sugar lip treatments that come in like the chapstick type tube, because this is definitely a better value and gonna last you a longer amount of time. This is so good. And then I used to use the Laneige lip sleeping mask like all the time. Like that was my ride or die mask. And I don't know if this is because I just like this one better or because this is like lavender, has melatonin in it, and I've been getting so into like just setting the vibe for nighttime. I have like the sleepy lotion from Lush. I have like red night lights because I'm really getting into like red light therapy. Look it up. It's amazing. I also have like my salt rock lamp that like shines red, and then I also have this like rock fountain that I recently got, so it like sounds like water dripping. I'm very serious about what nighttime looks like, and this is what I'm getting to. This is the Milk Makeup Melatonin Overnight Lip Mask. I find this to be even more moisturizing. I need to replace mine. I find this to be even more moisturizing than the Laneige lip sleeping mask. So if you think that the Laneige one is too moisturizing, this is definitely going to be a skip. This one is a little bit more sticky than the Laneige one, but if you get the worst cracked or dry lips, this is going to be your best friend. I will put this on sometimes a little bit with the Laneige lip sleeping mask. I would put it on and I wouldn't be ready for bed. I would be like reading or like watching football or whatever. And by the time I was ready to like actually go to bed for the night, I needed to put on a second layer. With this, there's never a need for a second layer. And when I wake up in the morning, I can still feel this on my lips. This does wonders for the lips, but I feel like this probably wouldn't be for everyone because it is stickier. It's definitely a heavy lip mask, but some gals need that, and I'm one of those gals. I always have to recommend the Boom Boom Cream. I just think if you like this, it's the perfect time to buy. I use it, you guys, I've been getting a lot better about moisturizing the bidet. In the morning, I do the Boom Boom Cream, and then at night, I do the Sleepy. I was gonna have to give up the Boom Boom Cream, but then I was like, no, I can just moisturize twice a day. My fragrance recommendation is the same as I feel like it has been, Replica by the Fireplace. It's just my favorite. Oh, it just smells so good. It just smells like the fall and winter. Literally, I don't think there could be a more perfect scent out there. We're gonna wrap it up with just a few hair product recommendations. I think I've talked about this on my channel before. The Moroccan oil treatment is my absolute favorite. I have really thick, dry, damaged hair. This just works the best for me. I also recommend the Way hair oil. I think it's a little less heavy than this one, so pending like your hair type. I also absolutely love the IGK Rich Kid Coconut Oil Gel. This is something that I put in my hair if I'm doing French braids and then going to take my French braids out and try and just do like heatless curls. This works really well for me. It is a thicker, more heavy hairstyling product, so if you feel like you get a lot of hair product buildup, this might not be something that you love, but for me it works really well. Again, I have very thick hair, The Olaplex number 3, if you have damaged hair, I definitely recommend. I'm not going to drone on about this because I feel like everybody and their mother talks about this, myself included, but this is amazing. And then a hair product find of this year that I have really been enjoying is the IGK Good Behavior Smoothing Spray. So this has heat protection. I personally like the way that this one smells. I also really like the Bumble and Bumble Heat Hair Protectant. I forget the actual name of it. I'd probably recommend the Bumble and Bumble one more. I just like the scent of that one a little bit better than this one. But this one is also really nice, works really well. This one comes in an aerosol can, whereas the Bumble and Bumble doesn't. So I would recommend the Bumble and Bumble actually, but I mean, if this is your ride or die, this one's also really good. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around today to watch. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you plan to pick up during the sale. Again, I will also link some like holiday sets, some value sets that I think are worth it for skincare and hair care. There are definitely some good ones out there, specifically from like Briogeo or Moroccan hair oil. I would love to know what you pick up during the sale, if anything. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. And I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye.